सो हाय एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। एंड आज की वीडियो में हम बात करने वाले एक सिलेबस के बारे में, जो कि है आपका बीए इंग्लिश ऑनर्स का थर्ड ईयर का सेमेस्टर फिफ्थ। पेपर का नेम है वुमेन्स राइटिंग एंड ये है पेपर 11। तो आपके में ये सारा पूरा सिलेबस है जो कि मैं आपको शो कर रही हूँ। एंड आज मैं आपको इसी के बारे में पूरा जो है डिस्कस करके बताने वाली हूँ, पूरा सिलेबस वगैरह आपका कब पब्लिश हुआ है, क्या क्या थीम्स है, जेनर क्या क्या है, वो सब कुछ। तो चलिए करते हैं वीडियो को शुरू। सबसे पहले है आपका वुमेन्स राइटिंग में द फर्स्ट नॉवल इज द कलर पर्पल। एंड ये वीडियो मैं ट्राई करूँगी जितना हो सके कंप्राइज कर सको, बिकॉज ये वीडियो बहुत ज़्यादा लंबी हो सकती है। उसके अलावा अगर आप भी ऑनलाइन अर्निंग करना चाहते हैं विदाउट एनी इन्वेस्टमेंट, ऐप का लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा। आप जाकर उस ऐप को डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं एंड मेरा रेफरल कोड चाहे आप वो भी एंटर कर सकते हैं, ताकि जो मैं और मेरे फ्रेंड्स जो भी अर्न कर रहे हैं उसका भी आपको कुछ ना कुछ परसेंटेज मिल सके। सो चलिए करते हैं वीडियो को शुरू। तो इसका नाम है नॉवल का जो है कलर पर्पल। द कलर पर्पल लिखा गया है बाय एलाइस वॉकर। ये पब्लिश हुआ है 1982 में। इसका पुलित्जर अवार्ड भी मिला इसे 1983 में, मतलब एक साल बाद ही। इसका जेनर कुछ है जैसे कि पहले लिटरेरी फिक्शन, डोमेस्टिक फिक्शन, एपिस्टोलरी नॉवल एंड देन यू हैव कन्फेशनल नॉवल। इसका टाइप ऑफ नॉवल ही एक हिस्टोरिकल नॉवल है। बात करें इसके थीम्स के बारे में तो है कुछ थीम्स जैसे कि वायलेंस, रेस, लव, फैमिली, रिलीजन, सेक्स, मैरिज, जेंडर, रेशियल डिस्क्रिमिनेशन एंड इम्पीरियलिज्म। उसके अलावा अगर हम बात करें, इसमें मेनली मेन वुमेन एंड जेंडर रोल्स के बारे में बताया गया है। फीमेल सॉलिडारिटी, वायलेंस एंड सफरिंग, सेल्फ डिस्कवरी। उसके अलावा आपके ट्रू लॉयलिटी है, डिफाइनिंग हैप्पीनेस एंड बहुत सारे अलग अलग थीम्स भी शो किए गए हैं। नेक्स्ट टेक्स्ट के बारे में हम बात कर लेते हैं। सो जो नेक्स्ट टेक्स्ट है आपके पास वो है द येलो पेपर, जो कि लिखा गया है बाय चार्लोट पर्किंस गिलमन एंड ये पब्लिश हुआ है 1892 में। ये इसका जेनर है कुछ लिटरेरी फिक्शन, गॉथिक फिक्शन एंड हॉरर फिक्शन। उसके बाद अगर हम बात करें इसके कुछ थीम्स, तो पहला यहाँ पे सोसाइटी के जैसे कि पैट्रियार्कल सोसाइटी, देन यू हैव ऑल्सो पैट्रियार्की, जिसमें मतलब जो मेनली मेल डोमिनेंट होता है, ये मेल डोमिनेटेड होता है। देन यू हैव डिप्रेशन, सोरो, इलनेस के बारे में बताया गया है। उसके अलावा आपको यहाँ पे दिखेगा तो मेन है कन्फ्यूजन, जेंडर इनइक्वलिटी एंड फेमिनिज्म। फेमिनिज्म आप मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ट्राई करो कि कम से कम बार ही लिखो, बिकॉज फेमिनिज्म के ऊपर बहुत सारे डिबेट्स हो चुके हैं एंड हर किसी को नहीं पता होता कि असली फेमिनिज्म की जो डेफिनेशन है वो क्या है। नेक्स्ट अगर हम बात करें, इसमें मेनली दिखाया गया है मेंटल इलनेस, जेंडर रोल्स एंड डोमेस्टिक लाइफ। उसके अलावा अगर हम देखें, सेल्फ एक्सप्रेशन, मिसकम्युनिकेशन एंड मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग। तो ये जो स्टोरी है ये मेरे लिए एक पोटेंट एग्जाम्पल है ऑफ साइकोलॉजिकल रियलिज्म, पोस्ट पार्टम डिप्रेशन, पोस्ट पार्टम डिप्रेशन। सो ये आपको मेन चीज़ याद रखनी है कि जो वुमेन है वो किस चीज़ से सफ़र कर रही है, जो कि डिसीज़ का नाम क्या है, पोस्ट पार्टम डिप्रेशन। नेक्स्ट टेक्स्ट के बारे में बात कर लेते हैं। सो द नेक्स्ट टेक्स्ट इज सुल्तानाज ड्रीम। ये लिखा गया है बाय बेगम रोकिया, पब्लिश हुआ है 1905 में। जेनर इसका यूटोपियन या फिर हम कह सकते हैं उटोपियन फिक्शन। देन यू हैव साइंस फिक्शन। थीम्स है इसकी इक्वालिटी, वुमेन्स एजुकेशन एंड फ्रीडम। ये एक रेडिकल डिपिक्शन है ऑफ अ मेट्रियार्कल सोसाइटी, मतलब जहाँ पे सिर्फ वुमेन्स हैं, वो क्या कैसी सोसाइटी रहेगी, वेयर फीमेल रूल लीड्स टू पीस, इक्वालिटी एंड प्रोस्पेरिटी। तो इसमें ये भी दिखाया गया है कि जैसे कि आजकल है कि अगर मेल डोमिनेटेड सोसाइटी है या फिर जहाँ पे वो मेल्स डोमिनेट करते हैं, वहाँ पे क्या क्या चीज़ें हो रही है जो कि हम अभी करंट लाइफ में देख रहे हैं। एंड इसमें दिखाया गया कि अगर फीमेल्स रूल करेगी तो क्या क्या हो सकता है, जैसे कि शांति, पीस, इक्वालिटी की बॉयज़ एंड गर्ल्स को इक्वल राइट्स अगर सब मिले, एंड देन यू हैव प्रॉस्पेरिटी कि एक ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट हो। नेक्स्ट टेक्स्ट की देख लेते हैं हम। सो द नेक्स्ट टेक्स्ट इज फेफू एंड हर फ्रेंड्स। It is very important text for your syllabus and it is written by Maria Irene Fornes, published in 1977. There are many themes in this. First of all, empowerment, female independence and feminism, attraction and romance and companionship. Then you also have friendship and mutual support, suffering, repression and violence, gender roles and sexuality. It is a feminist play. Let's move to next text. So our next text is I Cannot Live With You by Emily Dickinson. It is published in 1890. It gives us various ideas conveyed in the poem, such as life, death, religion, to become alive again, and despair. The poem leaves the feeling of isolation, loneliness, and alienation from her loved ones. Let's see some of the themes. So these are some of the themes: dualities of love, the futility of life, the inevitability of death, separation, and the satisfaction in despair, individualism, withdrawal. So this is our next text, that is I Am Wife, I Have Finished It, written by Amar Dickinson, published in 1890. Themes such as womanhood, patriarchy, subjugation of women and marriage, independence, society. So this poem is about all the women who mentally suffer due to patriarchal norms. Its main idea revolves around being a wife and a single woman. Also, I want to tell you, I am a wife, I have finished it. Means that the speaker is now a wife and she has finished the unmarried state. She calls herself a Kaiser, meaning a ruler. Now that she is complete as a woman, she is now safer because she is married now. A woman has safer being married in the 19th century rather than remaining alone. So our next text is It's Time to Mow the Flowers, written by Simin Behbani, written in 1983. About author. She was born in 1927 and was an Iranian poet. Her name is associated with Persian ghazal. Her poems were full of gypsies. She wrote over 600 poems. She was given the nickname the Lioness of Iran. She was attracted towards freedom and independence of gypsy women. So our next text is Lady Lazarus, written by Sylvia Plath. Her pen name is Victoria Lucas. She was an American poet, novelist, and short story writer. She was also known for her confessional poetry. It was published in 1965 and wrote in 1962. Some of the themes: death, depression, power, pain, violence, suffering, oppression, suicide, and gender. I would like to talk about its irony. The title of the poem can be related to death, as the author uses the biblical character of Lazarus as inspiration for her poem. However, this choice is very ironic, as Lazarus was a firm believer in God, while Lady Lazarus solely believes in herself. So our next text is Daddy, written by Sylvia Plath. Her pen name is Victoria Lucas. She was an American poet, novelist, and short story writer. She was known for her confessional poetry, already discussed. The Daddy was published in 1965. Let's talk about its main idea. Sylvia Plath wrote about her father's death that occurred when she was 8 years old, very small, and her ongoing battle trying to free herself from her father. The father is seen as Black Shoe, a bag full of God, a cold marble statue, a Nazi, a swastika, a fascist, a sadistic brute, and a vampire. Most important, a vampire. Themes: death, ambivalence, history and myth, gender, morality, language and communication, freedom and confinement. So, our next text is Advice to Women. It is written by Unisa de Souza, well known Indian English poet. Unique poetic style, minimalist. Novels, short stories, and poems were written by her. General theme is the denial of women's patriarchal tradition. I would be telling you some more themes, but you have to be stay tuned with this video. It was published in 1994. Some of the main themes are otherness, isolation, breakups, etc. Relationships is the major theme. A cat. The poem suggests that women should own a cat in order to understand relationship. The poem suggests that women should own a cat in order to understand relationships. Let me tell you her advice. Keep cats if you have Keep cats if you want to learn to cope with the otherness of lovers. Otherness is not always neglect. Cats return to their litter trays when they need to. Let's discuss Bequest. It is written by Eunice de Souza. About her, she is an English language poet. She is a feminist poet. In this poem, she talks about how patriarchy shapes the destiny of women. It was published in 1990. Some of the major themes are sacrifice, patriarchy, feminine identity, womanhood, individualism, restrictive power, advice, acceptance, etc. Let me tell you some of the major themes, that is sacrifice. The speaker says that every Christian home contains a picture of Jesus holding his bleeding heart in his hand to remind them of a sacrifice he made for mankind. So, our next text is A Vindication for the Rights of Women. It is written by British philosopher and women's rights advocate Mary Wollstonecraft, published in 1792. Its genre is non fiction. This book is no novel. This ain't fiction. A Vindication for the Rights of Women is a straight up philosophical treatise, one that Wollstonecraft wrote for a single central purpose: to show the world that women should be entitled to the same civil rights as men. I will be telling you some of the themes, that is marriage and gender. Then you also have women's roles in society, marriage as friendship, reason and rationality, liberalism. Then you also have sex, slavery, education, religion, etc. So, our next text is A Testimony of Our Inexhaustible Treasures. A Testimony of Our Inexhaustible Treasures. It is written by Pandita Ramabai. She was an Indian social reformer. She was an Indian social reformer, champion for the emancipation of women, and pioneer in education. She acquired a reputation as a Sanskrit scholar. Her father was a Sanskrit scholar and taught her Sanskrit at home. She brought Christianity to India. It was published in 1977. I would like to tell you something more about this text, that is, the last decade of Pandita Ramabai was spent translating Bible into Marathi. Her father married his wife when she was 9 years old and he was 40 years old. But defying social pressures, he educated both his wife and children. Her father even refused to get Ramabai married until she becomes an adult. I can say that he is very educated and he didn't show any of these things which generally people do, like they generally marry their children or the girls of the family in the very early stage, but he didn't do that. Or he hasn't do that. Last but not the least, excerpts from Amar Jiban, My Life, written by Rasundri Devi, published in 1876. About writer. Rasundri Devi was the first Indian woman to write an autobiography and the first Bengali to write an autobiography. She aspires to be literate in order to read religious books and recite hymns. She is identified as the author of first full-fledged autobiography in modern Bengali literature. She taught herself to read and write in the prejudiced late 19th century. Bengal writes about her life of 88 years in Amar Jiban. I would like to repeat this paragraph again. She taught herself to read and write in the prejudiced late 19th century. Bengal writes about her life of 88 years in Amar Jiban. Let's discuss one most important point, that is Amar Jiban. The first part was written in 1868 and the second part was written when she was 88 years old. Thank you for watching this video till the very end. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like this video. Share it with your friends and with your colleagues, with your college friends mainly. And you can comment how was the video, how is the video, or you should comment down uh, what is your experience with this video. If you need any other video, do let me know in the comments. Stay safe, stay positive, and yes, one more thing is, if you want to earn online without any investment, you can download the app. Link is in the description. Do not forget to enter the referral code so that you can earn others some of the percentage of others as well. Stay safe, stay positive, and yes, thanks for watching. All the best. Bye bye.